Hello and welcome to the stock market analysis. Let's take a look at Brookfield Renewable Partners BEP. So what is this stock doing, and is it a good buy at this moment? Well, you can see just by looking at the stock is in a downtrend. It's below the declining 20 MA, below the declining 50 MA, and below the declining 200 MA. Now, one thing you have to realize is this: if a stock is below the 200 MA, you should not be touching the stock. Right? It's usually a bearish stock, and you should focus on shorting the stock if it's below the 200 MA and if the 200 MA is declining. Right now, it has broken below the support area. Let me just draw this support area. This stock tried to find support here, drop, find support here, but eventually it break down. And of course, when it's oversold, it kind of go up, but it met the declining 20 MA and this resistance area. If it cannot go back above this resistance area, it might continue to sell off. So there's something with this stock that that's not very good with the stock. And if you take a look at it, breaks this uptrend line, hits the 200 MA resistance, and then decline from there. We even have a bearish cross here, and that's why it's selling off. So even here, you see below the declining 200 MA, every time it tries to bounce up, it gets sell off. Here's a sell off. After it broke below this uptrend line, sell off, gets a bit overbought here and sold off. And even here, when it tries to go back above the 200 MA, because the 200 MA slope is declining, it hints of more weaknesses in the stock. And when the stock broke below this uptrend line, boom, you can see it went all the way lower. So this is kind of a short sellers market. Sure, you can buy some oversold bounce and so on, but generally, if you are an investor, it's going to be very not conducive for you to buy this stock unless you trade the stock. For example, you can buy here, ride it higher, or situations like this, you ride it higher for a few days. But generally, this kind of stock is not very good for investing. Let's go to a weekly chart. You can see in the weekly chart that stock is very far from its all-time high, almost more than half the price already. 21.60, the highest is around $49. You can see there's a bearish cross here, and all it's just declining and declining, and in a weekly downtrend. So there's a lot of bounce up and down. Is for traders, it's a lot of opportunity. But the perfect rise was around here when it moved higher. Right? When the weekly 20 MA is rising, 50 MA is rising, that's the best time to invest in the stock. But after here, you can see it form a head and shoulders pattern. If you can see the head and shoulders pattern, that's when the problem starts. It declined below the 20 MA, declined below the 50 MA, and the stock is not very good. It has been trending down most of the time. Of course, it's bouncing up because there is a bottoming tail here. Alright, bottoming tail like here. If you bought the highs of the bottoming tail, put the stop loss, you could have ride it higher here. Now here also, because there's a bottoming tail here, you can take the bottoming tail as a reference. If it has already traded above the highs of the bottoming tail, so well, right now, from a weekly perspective, we should be bullish. And if it stays above the low of this bottoming tail, right, you should be bullish on the stock as an oversold kind of bounce up. Now let me just use a stochastic indicator. Have a look at it. Monthly chart. I did see the double bottom here, but the MACD and stochastics indicator are not so nice that it gives a perfect bullish divergence. Sure, this is lower here, this is a bit higher, but I don't kind of like it because it's not a very nice bullish divergence. Well, monthly chart, you can see all these topping tails hinting of stock going lower. Here's another topping tail hint that you'll sell off. There are two topping tails here hint that you'll sell off. Right. Weekly chart, so it's not a very convincing type of bounce up. Okay. Let me see if I can draw a downtrend line here. Alright, if the stock can trade above this downtrend line, then perhaps it can move higher, but there's quite a lot of resistance, something which generally shouldn't trade this stock. Basically, if it's below the 200 MA, the 50 MA, just try not to long this stock for investing purposes. So watch this spot area, this resistance area. Let me just draw again the resistance area. If it cannot go above this resistance area, cannot go above this downtrend line, cannot even go above the 50 MA, then most likely it will continue to sell off. So hope this analysis helps you, and I'll see you in the next one.